After reviewing 2 Chinese creature features that took place after a tsunami hit, it was time for a change of pace and a change of place. So this time it is a giant snake on an island. How will this one fare? Will it be worth your time? Hi there, it's Micha. Join me for a few minutes to find out. After a group of brothers hunting for venomous snakes on an isolated island were killed by a giant serpent, a titan python, a species believed to be extinct for 59 million years, video footage of the attack is shown to the authorities, with a request to turn the island into a wildlife sanctuary. Therefore, the government sends out an official from the Environmental Protection Agency to investigate the island, alongside a reptile expert whose family is known as being the Snake Kings, and one of his friends who basically just tags along to be the movie's comic relief. As the island was previously purchased by a company with the intention to build a resort there, they sent out their own team of shady individuals to cleanse the island of snakes, including the big one. That team is led by a criminal that also claims to be the Snake King, and who is, small world, a former childhood friend turned nemesis of our protagonist. As the two groups clash, it once more turns out that the human is still the most devious predator. Who will come out on top? The good guys, the bad guys, or the snake? This is another creature feature with mostly solid special effects, especially where the King Python is concerned. There were some smaller effects that don't convince, but only a very few of those. The acting is also strong, even with some of the minor characters like the evil snake hunter trio of siblings that is really having fun with their roles. However, one of those was written unnecessarily cruel, being a wannabe rapist on top of being a crook, which felt a little bit out of place. Like so often in Chinese movies, the English title felt a bit off, as at the very end a text card in Chinese and English called the place Snake King Island. The main character is referred to as Snake King, which is confusing enough as the evil guy also refers to himself as this. And the King Python is called Snake King as well, yet the movie is officially titled King Serpent Island. Just saying. However, the most interesting fact about the movie is that the snakes are not the evil creatures you usually encounter. They are even given some kind of a rational conscience, only going after people that wronged them, which here is mostly people hunting and catching them, like the brothers at the start of a movie, or people stealing their eggs. That latter one is a recurring theme as the government official wants to take an egg to secure the species, which results in the main trio to be pursued by the giant serpent. A plot point basically directly borrowed from the Jurassic Park franchise, although from the weakest of them, the third installment. There are also some plot twists around characters' backgrounds which created some surprises, though those didn't have much impact on the main story. It is a pretty straightforward movie in which the creatures, though dangerous, are not the biggest threat, which is a nice sentiment for a change. It was also nice to have snakes in this one. Like I mentioned in previous reviews, I have a soft spot for spiders, sharks, crocodiles and snakes in movies. After Escape of Shark and the crocs in Crazy Tsunami and Crocodile Island, which also featured big spiders, I have now a full set of those. However, considering this, it seems like Chinese monster movies mostly take place after a tsunami or on islands. But I guess it is just a coincidence that informed my current perspective. Greedy capitalists are for sure a recurring element though. One last call out. I get the idea of bringing in a comic relief, but the guy in this one made no sense to be there. Had no skill that allowed him to tag along, and also, which is the most important aspect, was more annoying than funny. But that may also just be a matter of my perspective. And with that being said, let's get to the rating. Well, this was no masterpiece, but no dud either. It was for sure the best of a bunch of Chinese creature features I recently reviewed. It was not below average, but was it above? There were some entertaining elements, I give you that, but where does that leave us? Oh, well, what the hell. I'm going with 6 out of 10 points for this one. It's helped that there was at least a bit of backstory to the main character, something that the other movies were mostly missing. I still have 2 or 3 movies of this kind on my to-watch list, so if those turn out like this one, I can live with that. What about you? Do you like creature features? What are your favorite animals in those horror movies? Are you interested in watching this one or have you seen it already? Whatever you like to share, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share or subscribe. So much for now, see you next time and thanks for watching. After a group of brothers hunting for venomous snakes, a former childhood friend turned enemy of our protagonist, from the environmental